Wreck My Podcast.
It was 2001, and David Duchovny and Sean William Scott were in a movie together about aliens. Sounds promising? But find out how it holds up as we revisit the comedy film Evolution this week. Will it wreck our 2000s?
Wreck My Podcast.
Welcome to the Wreck My Podcast, where we are talking about a movie called Evolution. I'm here with my guest. He reproduces by mitosis. It's Cam.
I do. I regularly split into multiple personalities.
I've seen it happen. He gets Kane's madness every time he eats taquitos. Uh-oh, it's Kreger.
Oh, no.
I'm not feeling so good.
He just ate taquitos, by the way. We had to pull a mosquito out of his butt one time as well. It's Joe.
There's always time for lube.
I know, right? Always time. I now need some Head and Shoulders. I'm your host, Jordan. I almost just said I now need some head and shoulders.
I don't know. I'm more of a Delson Blue guy.
Delson Blue, yeah. I'm just like whatever that store brand is. Give me all the selenium. What is it? Is that like Selena Gomez?
No, feet and wrists.
What is it?
Feet and wrists.
Oh, feet and wrists. It helps with my eczema. Okay, so wrestling fans know that on Saturday night there was the Evolve show. Mm-hmm. So we thought, why not do the movie Evolution?
And that was a poor choice.
Tie-in.
As a wise man once said, you chose
poorly. Well, that brings me into my second question. What did you think of it?
I didn't hate it.
But you didn't like it either, did you?
No, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, I fell asleep on the couch right before they put the Head and Shoulders in that thing's butthole.
Which... there's too many fart and butt jokes in this movie to be like a movie.
Also stereotypical like womanizing black guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not, and also, can I just say, all the black jokes, I'm like, no, they were so forced. I'm like, no one's even making racial comments.
Mr. Black, it's Mr. Black.
Yeah, it's like so dumb. Joe, what did you think?
I didn't like it, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the worst movie ever made. It was just,
there are Twilight movies.
The best
comedy.
part is when they're singing. What's the song they're singing when they're driving and like they do the pull away shot?
Oh, play the funky music, white boy.
White
Yeah.
boy. And it's really funny to try and see David Duchovny try and be like loose because he can't.
Yeah.
So it's really funny for him to like,
well,
I'm
it's
having fun
funny
singing.
'cause-
It's like you look like you're a robot.
Well, it's funny because Orlando Jones was in it, and then David Duchovny was like kind of mouthing the words but didn't really know it, and then Sean William Scott just in the back like, yeah. Like not even trying. Yeah.
It's very synonymous with the comedies from early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Held that
Kreger,
decade.
what would you give this
seriously.
on a scale from 1 to 10 alien buttholes?
Power Man 5000.
That's a good.
I was gonna say coffee enema. I don't know,
It's funny because in my plot breakdown I wrote "Sick Power Man 5000 montage."
I don't know that reference.
The bombshell song.
Yeah, in the movie.
Get up, get down. This is out of control. During when they were evacuating everyone, they played that generic 2000 song. Yeah.
Get up. This is out of control.
Yeah, I started so I was watching this movie in the bedroom, and Madison had fallen asleep like a few minutes into it, right? And when that song came on, I started singing it, and she woke up and she's like, "What the heck are you doing?" I'm like, "It's Power Man 5000." So have you guys seen this movie before?
Yeah, so, I saw it when it came out.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
You know?
But like I have like weird vague memories of the movie, but like no real recollection of it.
Well, the only part that I remembered, because I remember it being funny, but then again, I was 12.
Yeah.
And the only part I remembered was when the mosquito goes into his leg.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have to amputate your leg. He's like, don't take the leg. He's like, it's going to his testicles. Take the leg.
Like, take the leg.
It's like the only part I remembered.
I think I've
remember that
just
too.
seen that one scene randomly on like TV somewhere.
It was probably because it was on the trailer or something, which is
I don't
why
know.
we've seen it.
You know what? I just kind of had an epiphany. I got a little bit of deja vu watching it. It's not because I've seen it before. I feel like because it just like kind of picks from different like movies.
Well, it's almost like they took
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like they took X-Files and Ghostbusters and then put it in a blender, poured it out, strained it, put it through like the sewer, and then here you go.
Aliens.
Aliens, exactly. So, Kreger, you had not seen it. Cam, you had seen it. Joe, had you seen it?
No, I haven't
So
seen it
again,
before.
we're the 2-2 split again on this week's
Yeah.
episode.
Hey, not the only thing
Morgan, have you
splitting.
seen it?
I've seen it.
Okay, so Morgan's seen
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, I used to have a phobia of
Aliens?
triggers because I remember
Of what?
seeing
Chiggers.
Oh,
I used to
chiggers.
have a fear of chiggers. So because I thought they were like
Yeah.
that scene from the movie with the mosquito
Um,
that went in
hey,
his leg.
Morgan, here, throw a mic towards her real quick. I want to ask her a question. Are you originally from California?
Yes, but I
Do
lived
we
in
use
Oklahoma.
chiggers as like a term out
I've
here?
heard that
No,
many
I lived in
times.
Oklahoma. When I was
Oh,
a
okay.
kid.
Because I was gonna say that sounds
Wait,
like a
how long did you live in
Midwest type
Oklahoma
thing.
for?
3 years.
I did
A
not know
chigger is a
this.
mosquito, right?
No,
No.
chiggers are like little mites. They're
Oh.
similar in size to like bed bugs, but they basically get into. So you get them from like grass and different things, and they get into your skin. They burrow under your
Oh.
skin, and they just live in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so when I was little, I remembered watching this movie, and I remembered when I was younger, I had a friend who like had chiggers when I was in like preschool, and I was like deathly terrified
Yeah.
that like that was gonna happen to me. And until later, as an adult, I found out we don't have chiggers here.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I was an adult. And
Yeah.
Thank God I
C I
finally
double
found
gut.
out.
Chiggers. Well, I do think of my body as a temple, so it's nice that something can live in there. No, so that's crazy because when you said that, I was like, "Are you from the Midwest?" Because I'm pretty sure that my family from Nebraska has said that.
What's
before.
funny is like I've heard chiggers before.
yeah,
I've heard that.
We're getting dangerously
Yeah.
close to saying something that I feel uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
So
Chicken.
chicken. Yeah,
Is
I'm a
it
vegan.
triggering you?
What people
It's triggering
no,
me.
people
Chiggers
annoy you, right?
triggers.
Naggers.
Yeah, naggers. Exactly. Was that a Family Guy reference?
It's a South Park.
South
reference.
Park, that's what it was, yes. Anyway, we got that split going. Morgan, did you like the movie watching it a second time?
I did not watch the second time.
Oh, you
No, she wasn't.
oh, she wasn't around for this one. Okay.
If you notice, that's why we showed up at 2 different times.
Okay, makes sense. Never liked it. So, I mean, my 12-year-old brain told me I liked it. I think it was just more
if
like...
if we all can like remember how, I mean, at least me, I thought The Master of Disguise was a hilarious movie as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched it.
I don't know why.
And I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I don't think that movie's great. I never thought that movie was great.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember thinking
I didn't
Rat
either.
Race was funny, but I
Rat
don't...
Race is
Is it?
hilarious.
Okay, I don't know because I haven't seen
Morgan
it since
and I
I
are
was
always
young.
like, I'm winning.
So maybe we'll have to watch that one again so
Rowan
I can rewatch
Atkinson
that
can
one.
do no wrong.
He can do a little wrong.
Like what? Name a movie.
Rat race.
Mr. Bean goes to Europe. So,
Bean
did you
has
guys
diarrhea.
laugh? Did you guys laugh once at this movie? Because I actually didn't have a single laugh moment,
No.
which is very
No.
rare for me in a movie.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't laugh one
wait.
time.
I don't think I did.
That's sad because
Hold
I
on.
normally can find anything humorous.
I definitely can find. I remember like I might have been like, huh.
Like I got to the point where I wanted to laugh almost when he did the caca thing.
I think I was. I think
But-
I snickered because I'm like classic Sean Williams guy.
Yeah, and
Actually, the only time I laughed was there's always time for lube.
yeah, but see that part I didn't laugh because that was the only part I remembered, so I was
too
expecting
over,
it
It was
to come
too
in.
over the top. That part was too over the top for me.
Yeah, and when the weird gorilla things came out, I was just like, "What? I do not remember this part. Like this is
Yeah, that
like
part was weird.
Weird. Like let's do everything CGI
They
except
kinda
for the
look like,
Planet of the
They
Apes.
kind of look like the Matterhorn monster.
yeah, the Yeti.
It totally looked like the gorilla that you would see in like SpongeBob episodes.
Yeah, and I was almost half surprised that Orlando Jones' character didn't make a
forgot
black
about
joke
that
about how
gorilla.
white the gorillas were.
I forgot about that gorilla Joe just brought up.
The SpongeBob gorilla.
Wait,
Yeah.
hang on. Which
Looking the one
episode
like
was that
big
again?
monkey suit?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. The one that was live action or whatever. Compared to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude. So
I also
totally
was
forgot
shocked
about
to
that
see I always forget his name, but the governor.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
it was kind of cool. It was funny because I made the comment to myself, man, it's almost like they tried to make the Ghostbusters crew and just couldn't do it because no one's as good as Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. And
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd showed up. I'm like, oh,
You're like, oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Sean William Scott doesn't hold up.
he played a good Ernie. Yeah. So
Where
let's
was
talk.
Bert?
Who? The girl who was trying to shoplift and got picked up by the dragon.
Julianne Hough.
God.
So let's talk about this movie a little bit. It came out June 8th, 2001.
Okay.
It has a 43% critic and a 48% audience score on
Sounds
Rotten
about
Tomato.
right.
Yeah.
It had an $80 million budget. Worldwide, it made back $98 million.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
But U.S. gross was only $38 million with a $13 million opening weekend. It was filmed in Arizona, where it was set, obviously, but it was also filmed at CSU Fullerton, Hawthorne, California. We saw Pasadena City Hall there for a second, and Santa Clarita is a filming location.
What?
I could not find anywhere what scene was filmed in Santa Clarita. But our town, where they film a million things,
It's got to be one of the houses.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
That makes
like
the most
that a
sense.
block or whatever when they were doing the evacuation scene, maybe.
even when they were looking at like the landscape and they saw like all the dead ones on the ground, almost looked like deserty. That looked very much like.
That's
Santa
probably like
Yeah.
up
What
in
year was
like
the movie made?
2001.
or even where the meteor first crash landed could have
Could
been
have been
Santa
out in
Clarita.
like Vasquez area, maybe.
Yeah.
But no, normally they say Vasquez. Like it said Santa Clarita,
Acton.
which is very specific,
That's
which means
nuts,
it's within
dude.
the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I had
that's
no idea.
interesting. The director was Ivan Reitman, which is disappointing because he did Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Twins, Kindergarten Cop. Like, you could tell that it was kind of at the end of his run where he was just like trying to make the movies that he was known for and are
Right.
good and just couldn't do it, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
It starred David Duchovny as Ira Kane. He's from X-Files and Californication. It had Julianne Moore as Allison from Crazy Stupid Love, The Kids Are All Right, Children of Men, that Psycho remake, The Big Lebowski, and my favorite, The Lost World.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, The Lost World.
When she plays the Bostonian girl from 30 Rock that
Oh,
Jack Donaghy's
I was
in
gonna
love with.
mention 30 Rock, but I knew she was just like a character only showed up for like 10 episodes,
Yeah.
so I didn't.
One of
wasn't
my
gonna throw it in.
favorite roles she ever had.
It's
Though.
funny because Julianne Moore popped up and Madison said to me, wasn't this at like the height of her popularity? I was like, yeah. She's like, why was she in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that
don't
one
know
kind of
either.
threw me off too.
And not to mention, we'll get into it later. Okay. There's also Orlando Jones, who played Harry Block. I know him from Sleepy Hollow as like the director guy because I love that show. But he was also in Office Space a little bit,
Yeah.
and a few other things.
He sells magazine subscriptions
Yeah.
in Office
I'm
Space.
trying to think. Like he's one of those actors. Like I've seen him in a bunch of different stuff, but you can never like pinpoint where.
Yeah,
you've
it's
seen him.
because he's never had like this is probably one of the
He might have been on Mad
leadiest
TV,
roles
maybe?
he was on Mad TV.
He, okay, yeah, that's probably where I recognize him. The most.
And then we have Sean William Scott, who played Wayne Stifler on American Pie. He was in The Rundown, Goon.
What
He's
was-
on that Lethal Weapon
I feel
TV
like
show
he-
now, and
he had
Role Models.
He had a serious role. I'm trying to think. Like he had like that
Really?
one- I feel like he had a serious role, like every comedian tries to have.
Yeah.
And also, his first line in Role Models is how I knew the movie was going to be good. We was all like, Paul Rudd's like, "What'd you do last night?" I was like, "Smell my fingers."
Joe just asked if Orlando Jones was the Dyson from Terminator 2. And I was like, nope.
He's holding the.
Who holds the,
Oh, yeah.
the,
Thing,
the
yeah.
detonator or whatever? Nope, not him.
Okay.
Because imagine that's what that guy looked like in 89 or 88 or no.
No,
Terminator 2
came out in, like, 92.
Yeah.
But that would have been like 10 years
10 years later, yeah.
So he would have been a lot
Black
older
don't
looking.
crack.
That's true. We have Ted Levine, who played General Woodman. He was in Monk. He played in Silence of the Lambs, everyone's favorite serial killer.
Yep.
He was in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom recently. He was in Shutter Island. And a movie that we're probably going to cover soon, Wild Wild West.
Wait, he was in Wild Wild West?
He was, yeah. He played,
Wow, wow.
he played like some type of general in that too, I think.
Huh.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know
I
how
can
like the
see
big
that.
reveal in Wild Wild West is that there's a giant spider at the end.
Yeah.
You know what the first line of the movie is?
Spoiler.
These 8-legged freaks better get off my damn plane.
No,
Oh.
it's giant spider.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hey,
I'll have to check that out.
that's just beautiful foreshadowing.
Also, it was really dumb how like they used like the big plot twist in this movie. Is like, remember how he's in his classroom, he's got the periodic table, she's got it on her shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Take off your shirt.
Yeah, I know, the whole periodic table thing. Speaking of, though, Ethan Suplee played Deke, who was one of the two goon kids that didn't know what was going on. He's Frankie in Boy
Yeah.
Meets World. He was in Butterfly Effect.
Yep.
He's in The Ranch. And Remember the Titans. And he also plays Tuna in Blow.
He's also in Mallrats.
You're right, he
And
is in
he's
Mallrats.
also in what's the movie of the show that was still not in Van Nuys a lot?
My name is Earl.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
it a lot.
dude, this guy I love this guy.
Yeah,
He
he's
shows
great.
up in a
He's
movie.
hilarious.
I'm normally okay with it because I
Yeah.
love this guy.
And he's always consistently stayed his weight.
Yeah,
he-
pretty much.
Seriously.
Although I just saw a recent picture of him and he looks like he slimmed out quite a bit.
nice.
that's
I was
awesome.
just about
Good
to
for
ask
him.
if he was still alive.
No, he looks really good now. If he's still
No,
alive, I think so.
That's not out of the question.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
he was like what in his 20s? No, he's probably in his 40s right now, late 40s probably. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's not too old. But with him, his friend Michael Bauer. He's from Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was like the little fat kid in
Camp
it.
on Awana, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes me wanna fart.
Yeah. So
Could you remember that guy's name is Donkey Lips?
Was it really? The counselor was?
No, not the counselor, but like one of the characters in that show's name was Donkey Lips.
Nice. The 90s were a crazy
Yeah.
time, man.
Ass lips.
Ass
Yeah.
lips. Oh. Maybe it's because he liked to kiss ass.
Sure.
Okay. We have Ty Burrell, the guy
Ty
from
Burrell?
Modern Family.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love
Phil
I
Dunphy.
love,
Yeah,
I love when
that
he's
guy.
like, "What about the nukes?"
Yeah, what about the news? There was that. Dan Aykroyd made a cameo. We had Gregory Itzin was the golf club owner, and he's from our Johnny Tsunami episode. He plays the
Yeah.
vice principal.
He's a
and
douche in every role.
Well, yeah, in 24, he's a terrible president. And Firefly, he's a terrible governor. So this guy just plays terrible
Always
roles.
a douche. I feel like he's been in a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, and then Sarah Silverman showed up.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her.
Almost took her
Super
shirt
young.
off, but didn't. Did you guys see Kyle Gass made an appearance in this?
No.
He was
What?
he was one of the officers in the background.
Really?
Kyle Gass,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
missed that.
Wait, was he? I think he was one of the ones getting his picture taken. With
I think so. Yeah.
That.
Yeah, that's
I was
who it
like,
was.
I was like,
He
he
was,
looks kind of familiar.
He was one of the cops.
He was one of
okay.
the cops who was getting
It
his
was like-
picture taken with the.
But
he
then
was like
even
putting his butt on
even
the
Yeah.
asteroid.
crazier, a blink and you miss it moment of John Cho as one of the students walking around.
No,
in the
I remember
cage.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he
I
didn't have a
noticed-
line or anything.
No,
He
I
was
saw
just
that. I'm
there.
all like, oh, cool. He's gonna have something in here, and then I
Nope.
forgot, and you never see him again.
Yeah, and for those who don't know John Cho, Star Trek and Harold and Kumar, he's Harold, and then he plays
I did see that.
George Takei's character. What's his name? Sulu in the Star Trek reboot. And then
I did notice that. That's so
Sulu.
funny.
Sulu. And then finally, John Powell was in charge of the music, and I wanted to mention him because he was the composer for Solo, a Star Wars story.
There you go.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all the people that were in this that of note. Quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
And now, before we get into the plot, we're going to do a segment called Jordan Explains a Movie that I actually made a jingle for. And I
Yes.
think you're all going to
It
really like.
thickens.
Oh, yes. It's time for Jordan to explain the movie quickly. I feel bad that Morgan didn't get to hear that. Here, come here. I want you to hear this because this is so funny. I'm going to play it again. I love this jingle. Oh, yes. It's time for Jordan to explain the movie quickly.
By the way, Jordan, you did an actual real
did an
accent.
real accent. It took me like 30 minutes to finally get it. I had to keep re-recording.
Oh my
But that was
to finally
really
get
good
it.
accent.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm sticking with this one.
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay, so
now we know Jordan can be kind of German.
I
He
can
could be
kind of do
Austrian, yeah.
German. Yeah,
Austrian.
I am Austrian, so
he does have the lederhosen.
I do.
does,
The
he-
Lederhosen.
Isn't that a bird?
Yes, a Lederhosen is a bird.
No, no, it's Austrian.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna.
no, Austrian. Yeah.
This is where I'm gonna explain the movie.
You're from Austria. Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Yes. So this is where I'm gonna explain the movie real quickly. So the Ghostbusters, but with aliens instead of ghosts, and with terrible acting, and with 2000 CGI, and not as good. But hey, still written by the same guys, Ghostbusters. So there's that.
You forgot about the
That's
fire-
about it. I couldn't come up with a good explanation for this movie. It was awful.
Fire truck sex.
Fire truck sex with the X-Files guy.
He puts
There
the
you go.
X in sex.
Yes, he does. Okay, now
Nice.
we're going to get into the plot, but I also have a jingle for the plot now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's get ready to break it down. This is the plot breakdown. That's the plot breakdown.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, I like that. I was trying to think of a jingle for it. I'm like, I'll break down.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the plot.
It equally would have been as funny if you have like just someone crying in the background, like
During it, yeah. I mean, I have 8 other breakdown versions of that jingle. So come back next week and hear the different one. So we start the movie off with some weird Sean William Scott mannequin fetish thing where he tries to save it from a burning building.
Yeah, he's just like, he's trying to burn it down, Seth Rollins style.
Burn it down! There's another breakdown. So,
what?
yeah, that's right. So we meet Sean William Scott's character, Wayne, in the middle of the desert, practicing to be a firefighter. Then we get a Michael Bay explosion as a meteor hits Earth near him. which I was like, why is this slow motion? What is going on? It was kind of awful.
And it destroys his car.
I like how he still drives it though.
Yeah, which was kind of a funny moment. Retrospectively, when you think about this movie, there are funny moments, but in application, they aren't funny. So then we meet David Duchovny next. Introduces him. He's a teacher at a community college. Kind of seems like a dick to me. I think he was supposed to be like that Bill Murray smooth character kind of thing, but he just seemed like a douche.
They were trying to convey that like he doesn't care. Like the fact that he still gave those guys C minuses, like he doesn't care.
But he also called them out in front of class, which I was kind of like
Pretty standard.
I was just like, I don't know. I got the vibe that I got
that's
the
very
vibe
standard.
of what they were trying to go for. It just didn't
That's
land.
very standard in that time. Nowadays, you'll.
I just feel like David
Duchovny.
Duchovny really phoned in this role too.
I feel like David Duchovny phones in every role because he doesn't have any range.
That's true. He doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Next, we meet Orlando Jones, who's a teacher as well. He's Harry, trying to get it on with some white girl student. Did you not watch the OJ trial?
Yeah.
Come on. Again, the comparison of teachers from Ghostbusters is there, but it just doesn't land as well as Ghostbusters.
Right.
It just doesn't work. Because they do the same exact thing where Bill Murray's trying to get with his students too, but like it's the 80s, so it's okay. 2001,
I've actually
not
never
as much.
seen Ghostbusters.
Wait, Craig, you've never seen the first Ghostbusters movie?
No.
Cardinal Sin.
Wow.
There are no...
Hot take, you don't need to.
But no. He has to just to at least have seen it. I'm not saying...
Right.
Look,
Oh, watch
people
At
say...
least the first one.
People
Yeah.
say Ghostbusters is amazing. Not my favorite 80s movie.
No.
Whatever.
No,
But it's
I want to
Ghostbusters.
see
You
it.
have
It's not
to
like I've
see it.
avoided it. It's just never
You never
presented
done
itself.
I'll tell you what. I didn't see.
Presents itself.
I didn't see Ghostbusters. The first time I saw it was when I was like 17 and was staying at Joe's house, and it was on one morning, and we watched it. That was the first time I saw it. So yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think you left to go like play basketball or something, and like back then I just lived at your house pretty much.
We have stated this. Yes.
Yeah, so I just was at your house watching TV while you were gone.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't want to leave yet. I want to watch Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
And then I think you
Ghostbusters.
came back and you said, you're still here? So anyway, they go, the two of them go to find the meteor that landed, and those sunglasses are super 2001. that
Yeah,
were
they
wearing.
are.
I was like, all right, Neo, like what's going on? The meteor bleeds some blue stuff, and they find out that it's growing and evolving by mitosis. Aliens. Krieger, will you help me out?
Aliens.
There you
Nice.
go. Aliens. The evolution process is super quick, and tapeworms are already forming a day later, so their evolution process is crazy. Get it? Evolution?
Hey.
The government then comes in and shuts down the site, locking out Ira and Harry, which now there's this huge contention between Ira and Harry and the government. We meet the
I also find
General...
out that he used to work for.
Well, we don't yet. We meet General Woodman first.
True.
Who's Ted Levine's character, and then we
Which-
meet Allison.
Am I the only one who felt that was really awkward? It's like, yeah, come, I want to talk to you. And I'm like 5 minutes later, it's like, ha,
I hate you.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, seriously. There was a lot of
There
that
was no
problem.
need for that. Like he just should have never allowed them on the premises in the
Yeah.
first place.
Well,
Well, there was also that soldier that was like, "It's you.
I hate
You're
you.
the one who did this to me."
And like
Yeah.
reaches for his gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get that either, which we find out later
Soldiers
is because
got a gun.
Ira was trying to make anthrax vaccine or something, and it had a bunch of bad
effects.
diarrhea side effects and stuff like that.
It's like I had to wear diapers for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so that guy hated
Could be
that.
worse.
But we also, when we meet Allison, she has this weird gag
Depends.
that she always trips
And drops her
and
paper.
drops
But it
things.
doesn't lead to anything.
No, it's never
You're
funny.
like, this is gonna lead to something, and
No.
no, it's just
Well, no, that's like comedy for that time. Just the random people falling.
Oh,
and
comedy for that time. I'm sorry. Did the Three Stooges come out in 2001?
oh.
history repeats itself.
Oh, you're a wise guy, see?
Anyway, Harry starts making his dumb black jokes at this moment of the movie that goes throughout the whole movie that I don't really like. Like we said, we find out Ira had originally worked for the Pentagon, and he's kind of disgraced now, which is why he works at a community college, I guess. Does not say much for community college people, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fine profession to be in.
Yeah.
Harry and Ira sneak into the meteor site, but they get caught. And while they get caught, Harry has a mosquito thing, a chigger, go right into him. And this is the joke from the trailer about the testicles, about taking the leg that we were talking about. And this is the beginning of a bunch of butt and fart jokes that keep going throughout that just aren't good.
Am I the only one who's like, when they're like, amputate, I'm like, wouldn't they just cut open the skin that's right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see it.
Well,
Yeah.
also,
Just put your hands like this, or trap it in a certain section of the leg, cut the part of the leg open,
Yeah,
squeeze
like-
it out.
it was pretty prominent. You could see it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Or even just take a knife and stab it in his leg. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, kill it right there. There you go.
And just have
A lot of muscle and things in there.
Yeah, better than
bug guts
amputating the leg.
in his system. It's nice.
True.
And what was that joke about? He wanted ice cream, and they're like, "It's for my butt, not for me," or whatever.
yeah.
Like, I'm like, just ask for some
wanted
ice.
to put ice cream in his butt.
Yeah, just ask for some ice.
I mean,
it's
does that work
dumb.
the same way with an enema? Like, it works faster.
Yeah,
So like
ice cream enema. I take it.
So you get fat faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way to eat dill
cream.
pickle ice cream.
Yeah.
So we find out that the owner of the golf course gets eaten. But the real tragedy here is that he opens a bottle of champagne like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, what was that? Who opens a bottle
also,
of champagne?
Also,
like,
the continuity, they couldn't even put a stain on his pants.
nope, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. And then Ira and Allison have a heart-to-heart, so you know they're going to bang later. The aliens are growing, and they're getting out of their little meteor area because of the tunnel system below the town in Arizona. But to this point, they die every time they breathe in oxygen.
Right.
But dun, 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 they've evolved, and they are now oxygen tolerant.
Yeah, because that dinosaur throws up an egg, and then
Yeah.
that egg
It's-
hatches and it can breathe.
It's
And
almost
it's
like
a
this movie should have
dragon.
been called Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really missed the
Beginning
mark on
of
that
Game
one.
of Thrones.
Yeah, so this weird dragon thing decides to go to a shopping mall and terrorize people, and then
And-
our gang kills it.
And attack someone who's shoplifting.
Yeah, but I'm like, first off, the continuity of this thing. This mall is not that big,
No.
and they're like losing track of this 20-foot bird.
Like, what mall are they at?
Yeah, seriously.
And also,
This
what-
isn't the Mall of
and also-
America. This is
and also-
It's the
Arizona.
old Valencia Mall.
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy?
If that was the Santa Clarita thing. See, I thought maybe it was our mall, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, but what our mall looked like back in early 2000s, it looks way different now.
I feel like I
Yeah.
kind of remember what our mall looked like in 2001.
Do you guys remember Pretzel Time?
No.
No.
I remember the carousel being like where the food court. No, the food court wasn't even there.
Yeah.
So the food court
I'm
was
so sad
over
right
where
now. I
the
never paid
canyon
attention.
is now.
Yes.
And then
And
it
the
moved over to
carousel-
where it is
Also,
now.
pretzel time is just every time for me.
That's true. I do love pretzels.
too.
No, pretzels are the best.
Pretzels are the best.
I will fight anyone who disagrees.
I don't disagree.
Wasn't the
Thank you.
carousel near like Macy's?
No, the carousel
No, it was
was
out
in
front.
between
It was out front.
Edwards and Sicily when
Yeah,
Edwards was
originally.
where
Yeah.
Saddle Ranch is now. People,
That's
I remember that.
90% of our listeners hate what we're talking about right
Yeah.
now.
Well, like that's
because-
even before I lived out there, but I
Yeah.
still like came. I think my family watched The Princess Bride at that movie theater. No,
Free Willy. That's what I
no.
saw there.
No, not Princess Bride.
Princess Diaries?
Princess Diaries.
Yes.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway.
How did you-
pretty sure I saw Toy
good
Story
pull.
there.
You saw Toy Story there?
I saw the original Toy Story at the El Capitan.
I saw the
Ooh.
movies
Big event.
there.
Aren't you
You,
bougie?
you saw movies?
Yeah.
I know I saw Lost in Space there. I saw Free Willy. I saw Mulan. I saw Lion King. And those are the only 4 I remember seeing there.
Did there used to be after they tore down the
The Man?
after they tore down
The Man
That's what
Theater
it was
was
called.
great, though.
Right.
I do love the Man
after
Theater.
they tore down the
Becky Lynch.
carousel. Didn't they have like the water shooty things?
Yeah, they did
I
for
do-
a little
I
while.
remember that too.
Mhm. Anyway, moving back into evolution here.
How this conversation has evolved. Am I
Ah.
right?
if she doesn't remember why Cinema Drive is called Cinema Drive, she's too young for you, bro.
That's funny. That is funny. Only for people that live in Santa Clarita. So Dan Aykroyd shows up as the governor, and pretty much they're like, napalm these aliens because these crazy albino gorilla things attack them. We have our nice Power Man 5000 song during the evacuation montage. We also learn that college kids will party when the end of the world is coming. I think that's standard fare for any movie where the apocalypse is kind of coming.
Yeah.
College
I
kids
mean,
just
if
party.
You, if you've ever been to Isla Vista, like just any weekend, that's kind of what it
That's
looks
what
like.
it is.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That is true. I don't think Fullerton Community College is gonna have that though.
You'd be surprised. Those Asians get down.
That's what?
No, Fullerton's like.
I know.
I
I've been.
have friends
I've
who
been,
go there.
I know. I've been. There's Asian market right by it. That's actually really
Oh,
cool.
really?
When you go into it, it's like you're in one of like. So I thought it was a grocery store when I went into it, and then you go in, and it's like individual little kiosks that people run with like the craziest stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't a grocery store. This is like an Asian marketplace.
Oh,
I didn't
nice.
buy anything because I couldn't read anything and I didn't know what to buy. But I was like, this is cool. And then I
gotta
went
use
to the
Google
7-Eleven and got a Coke.
Use Google Translate, bro.
I know I should have done
Oh,
Google
shit.
Translator. Wow. Anyway, so
That actually means thank you.
Our gang realizes that heat and fire help the aliens grow. So napalm is really gonna
Also,
backfire.
who freaking throws a match inside a school?
I know that was
that was
purely for the plot. It
And
was
also, what
so
match
dumb.
stays lit flying through the air when it's almost out? Like, come on. I mean, come on.
Oh, dude, it was a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of
Also,
like
what match was Sean William Scott using? It's like it has like a really long like wick.
Oh, maybe a fireplace match.
Yeah.
I have really long ones like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, the match wasn't long. If you saw like the part that lights on fire quickly,
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
that long.
Yeah.
Maybe like a fireplace or like a fire pit match or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
totally. They make them.
It's like that long.
What are we talking about now, guys? Have we evolved the conversation again? Yeah.
My nipple.
Oh, okay. So
So long, nipple.
just one nipple, just the left
just
one,
the left one.
just the left
No,
one.
just the third one.
Oh, the third nipple. Oh, you got a
A nubbin?
nubbin. Yeah, I almost said a chubbin. You got a chubbin.
No, I get those at night.
I have them when I wake up. So the gang realizes, I'm just calling them the gang now.
The gang.
Realizes that selenium is the kryptonite for the aliens, which can be found in Head and Shoulders, which can actually only be found in Head and Shoulders extra strength.
Which basically means it's just a night.
What?
The chest move. The way they move. The way they.
Oh,
found it.
yeah. The way they found out about that, it was really dumb.
I was like, really? Like that's so
Yeah.
random. Like I don't. I feel
First
like
off, he was like, so we're oxygen based, and if you go down the periodic table 2 and go over 1, arsenic is what kills. I'm like, there are a lot of freaking things on the periodic table that will kill us, man.
Yeah,
That's
Like,
not how that works.
That's not how that works. So I don't think so. I'm pretty. I
Also,
think
if you
Morgan
were
doesn't
Tommy
like our
Morgan?
science.
Also, if he were to just
I just didn't understand.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't understand how that's science.
Yeah, no, it's not science.
like if you were to be like,
Science.
oh, and here's a hydrogen, and if I only breathe that, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
like it's.
And you know what else? They're like the helium. Too much of that'll kill you.
Yep.
Too
much of anything.
First off,
also, did you
first
see
off,
there wasn't even
taquitos.
kryptonite on there? Like, come on.
I know there wasn't kryptonite on
Like,
there. There
get-
wasn't.
get your act together.
There wasn't. Like how
The
many
Soul Stone,
gigawatts?
the Power Stone.
1.21.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
Gigawatts.
Gigawatts. Yeah, it's gigawatts.
What the hell's a gigawatt?
Somebody shake real fast.
No, I thought it was that Jay-Z song.
Got 99 problems, but a gigawatt ain't one.
No, I'm not gonna say the title of that song. Gigawatt. So anyway, they're gonna use Head and Shoulders to kill this alien. They fill up a fire truck with Head and Shoulders, but the napalm was used before they could get there. So now this thing is expanding like our stomachs after 7-Eleven taquitos.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because they're filling.
no, because they make you all bloated and gurgly until you fart them out, like this movie portrays.
Reading this upside down, I thought it just said Big Bite, 100% beef, 100% diesel.
Diesel, another thing that will kill humans. So the napalm makes the alien grow, but the gang saves the day by shoving a shampoo enema in the alien's butt. We almost lost Orlando Jones. He almost got sucked right into that sphincter, and we got the line that says that I believe said, "This sphincter will never take my friend," or something like that. It was some dumb sphincter
Yeah.
friend joke.
So I'd fallen
Don't
asleep.
tell anyone
by
what
jokes.
happened here.
Yeah.
I'd fallen asleep right before that, and this morning, like I rolled over and I looked over at Claire. It's like I fell asleep. I don't remember the ending. She goes, "They put the shampoo in his butthole," and I was like, and I just went, "Wait, "What?" I was like, "Are you lying?" And she was like, "No, she's thinking." I was like, "So if I go on the podcast and pretend that I saw the whole thing and said, remember that part where they put the shampoo in the butthole? They're not going to look at me weird."
That's the thing. It's kind of like that one kid where you didn't read in English class and then they tell you something completely wrong. And
Yeah.
then you're like, yeah, remember the time the shampoo went up the butthole? And the
Yeah.
teacher's like, not in Pride and Prejudice.
That's Pride, Prejudice, and Vampires.
Yes, that
Yeah.
one.
Have you seen
But-
that? That is a god-awful movie.
You know,
It was terrible.
you know what I really wanted to happen is when they're driving the fire truck under the butthole, it farts, right? And like they're like, whoa, and it's like,
Strawberry jacuzzi.
yeah, I really wanted Cal Penn or Ryan Reynolds or someone from Van Wilder to show up and be like, congratulations, you got your first blowjob.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the alien explodes, a bunch of gooey stuff, and Ira and Allison kiss with the goo because that's what you do. You kiss with the goo.
Yeah. It's slime time.
Yeah, it's slime time.
Also, apparently, like, just willy-nilly, the government's like, yeah, you're a fireman. Screw it.
Yeah, they just Dan Aykroyd was like, I pulled some strings or whatever. You're a fireman. Yep. And so we end the movie with Allison and Ira banging in the fire truck while everyone else is getting medals.
Yeah, it's like everyone's gonna. There's a bunch of people that are gonna see where you're going. Like, go into a building, go into the fire truck with a huge windshield where everyone can see.
But remember,
you.
we earlier in the movie we established that Allison really needs a hump.
Yeah.
That was established
She's
earlier
the
in
ice
the movie.
queen who's in need of a good humping.
And I'm pretty sure she won't be clumsy anymore after that. It was all sexual tension that was causing that.
Yeah, that was the
Right
thing
out of her.
that made her clumsy.
Yeah, it made her clumsy. But the real ending of the movie was this super weird Head and Shoulders advertisement.
It felt really forced.
Camden doesn't know because he fell asleep. All of a sudden, so the movie ends, right? And before the credits start rolling, they have this weird thing where they are like,
they're
hey,
driving-
you know,
no,
I
that-
use Head and Shoulders or whatever. And then it was just like, credits. It was honestly,
Which
it was weird.
I want to know: did Head and Shoulders pay them, or did they pay Head and Shoulders?
I don't know. At this point, I think they paid Head and Shoulders.
Right?
Because Head and Shoulders saw that and are like, take it out or pay us some money.
So weird.
Yeah, it was really,
I wonder
really
how that
bad.
works. Who pays who?
Normally the brand
The brand pays.
normally the brand pays, but this seemed
That's weird, man.
Yeah, I hate product placement. I really hate it. But when you're feeling hungry and you're close to a 7-Eleven, go to 7-Eleven and get some taquitos. They're amazing. They also have pizza and burgers and gasoline for your car. Gasoline for your car, gasoline for your body. All in one spot.
It's 100% beef,
100% diesel.
funded by mostly me.
Yeah. So anyway,
My organs are dying.
I am going to give you guys some fun facts because that's the end of the movie.
Fun
facts. Because they're
Fun-
factual and fun.
Are you doing a Jason and Mindy thing?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Jason and Mindy, who won't be listening to this episode
Probably
at
not.
all. So fun facts. During the filming in Arizona, Dan Aykroyd would go to like Walmart and local bars and work as like a bouncer or a greeter just to surprise the people who
That's
live
cool.
there and stuff. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. He actually showed up to people's houses and would knock on the door and be like, hey, you want to grab a cup of coffee? and stuff. Yeah.
That's
like it was
so
really weird. But no,
cool.
not grab a cup of coffee. Like, hey, you want to make me a cup of coffee and we can hang out?
Yeah.
Like super random.
I'd still be
Dan
that would be
Aykroyd showing up
awesome.
to
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
If Dan Aykroyd did
Imagine
that, I'd be like,
imagine running
sure.
out of coffee that night.
Oh,
no.
Except Krager has never seen Ghostbusters, so he'd be like,
Who
the
are
hell
you? Yeah, who are you?
Get out of my house.
He's been in other movies.
That's true, like Evolution. Ivan Reitman originally wrote this as a serious movie, and they
my
added the comedy
God.
later, which
I
you
don't know
can
which-
definitely tell.
It makes sense that that's why the comedy fell flat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know which would have been worse.
Yeah, if it was a serious movie, it would have been terrible. Terrible. I like to think of Ghostbusters as a serious movie, like a cartoonish though, because it is kind of a serious movie. The jokes aren't outright jokes. The jokes are more like, oh, the people involved in it are funny people. It's not like they're written to be jokes. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying
You're
that?
wrong. You're all the way wrong.
All right.
I wish we had a camera for Morgan's face, cause she doesn't remember half the stuff. So half the time she's like, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
He said that Ghostbusters was a comedy.
No, I know, but I'm saying
But
throughout
no,
the
I
whole
f-
podcast you've been giving like stank eye, like what the hell?
I just think that Ghostbusters is comedy second, sci-fi first. That's what I think. Anyway, another fun fact: David Duchovny turned down a role in Star Wars Episode 2 for this. I don't know what would have been worse for his career.
Do we know as what character?
I don't.
Clearly.
Count Dooku.
Yeah,
he
that
clearly
been
would have
funny.
been a robot.
Yes, Jar Jar Binks. So Julianne
Go in hell.
Moore.
Anakin.
With you.
Julianne Moore came up with the idea for her character to be clumsy. So that wasn't even in the script.
Okay.
I was about to say
Julianne
I was
Moore
about-
said she should really be clumsy.
I thought you were gonna say she came up with the idea for her to be horny.
That too.
Maybe she just dropped the papers first time. She goes, "Oh no, I'm just in character."
Well, yeah, right. Should really be that way. You know what really defines people who work at the CDC? Clumsiness.
Yeah.
Oops, dropped that venom or that disease all over the ground.
dropped
Venom.
it.
That
Symbiote.
everywhere.
Symbiote.
The Head and Shoulders commercial at the end was actually an idea by Jason Reitman. That's Ivan Reitman's
Yeah.
son, who is writing and directing the new Ghostbusters movie coming out in 2021. Is that when that movie's coming out?
Okay.
We need to do so when the new Ghostbusters comes out. If we're still alive on this podcast by then, we'll do like a Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 episode, and then a review of the new Ghostbusters.
I also want
Cool.
to do that zombie movie with Kylo Ren and Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Dead people don't die or whatever.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
I actually heard it
Dead
sucked.
don't die.
I've heard
The
it's
dead don't
good.
die. I heard that it's no good. I heard that a weird indie film that's good right now is the one with Jesse Eisenberg
Yeah,
about
I
the
just saw the
karate
commercial.
one.
I just saw the
What was that?
commercial.
What's
I
that
don't
movie
know.
called?
The Karate Kid?
Oh my gosh, what's
I
that?
just saw the
Karate
commercial.
Kid.
I just saw the commercial. It's a weird title.
It's a weird title, and it's about him like going and taking karate lessons because he gets held up, and like in the trailer, like I'm looking for a gun, preferably
No,
one
he's like-
that fits in my hand. He's like, so a handgun.
No, no, it's like I don't feel safe. I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of like everything.
Yeah.
basically.
It looks weird, but it looks
Yeah.
good. I forget
It
what
looks
it's
like
called.
it looks like Napoleon Dynamite.
The Art of Self-Defense. That's what it's called. That I heard that's
Thanks, Morgan.
better. Got better reviews than The Dead Don't Die. The Dead Don't Die I thought looked good too because Kylo Ren's in it and everything. But I heard people just said it wasn't funny.
Speaking of things that are getting acclaimed, Midsommar.
Oh, Midsummer. Midsummer's supposed to be really good.
It's
Except
supposed to be the
I don't
scariest
think
movie
I can't
to
watch
date.
it because of
What?
the one scene.
Yeah,
I haven't even heard of this.
Is it
Hereditary,
Is
the
it
guy
Peele?
who-
Is it Key or Peele?
I don't like
is the
Hereditary.
scary director.
Jordan Peele is.
Jordan Peele is like raving about this movie.
It's written by the
Really?
same person
Yeah.
who did Hereditary, which is supposed to be the scariest film ever made.
Hereditary?
Hereditary.
No way. Hereditary is awful.
No, it's because it's supposed to be so cerebral and psychological, mess with you.
Joe
You
just-
saw
It's not.
Hereditary?
Joe just
Dude,
called-
it's
Joe ju-
disturbing.
Joe, he
Hereditary
just
is,
called you dumb.
is not a good movie.
Wow.
I thought it was trash.
Have you seen Hereditary? I think Cam would love Hereditary because it's actually like an art film. Midsummer is also an art film, but I can't watch it because there's a scene where some people fall off a cliff and they show in full gruesomeness what happens to your legs when you jump off a cliff. And I can't watch bones being exposed out of skin.
Did
So
you ever
I
see
can't see that movie.
127 Hours?
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't because
They
I
did
can't.
a really
I
good
can't.
job of.
I can't.
Oh.
Of Hall.
But Midsummer,
did a real good job.
a lot of the podcasts I listen to, a lot of the podcasts I listen to that their sole topics are just talking about movies that come out every year said Midsummer is the best movie of 2019 so far. So, not to hype it up too much, but
Interesting.
I heard it's
The
really,
plot
really
is
good.
basically like they go like to like,
The plot is pretty much what happens when you have a really bad breakup.
but they went to like some like Mormon looking like cult place.
Move it along. We're moving it along. So fun facts here.
That was a tangent upon all tangents.
Yeah, that was. I apologize. So more fun facts. There's a credit in the credits that says stunt primate. So that's fun.
There was a stunt primate.
Yeah, of course, because they had the weird
the
gorilla guys.
gorilla from SpongeBob.
The one that they built with
yeah.
CG.
Yeah. And that wasn't CG.
That wasn't CG.
That was practical.
They didn't have eye back then.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, it was
That
just regular
com-
CG, just
com-
computer
yes, com-
generated.
Computer generated. In the courtroom scene, Julianne Moore originally had her top actually fly open, exposing her to Ira. But that specific moment was taken from the film, but they didn't reshoot it. So if you look, her shirt is like almost popping the whole time, and then at one point she tries to like cover it up, and so like they kept everything in that scene except for the joke part
Why
of
was
it.
that necessary?
Yeah, it was dumb.
I feel
Super
like
dumb.
this is why she was in Don John. She's a pervert.
Maybe. Sean
Yeah.
William Scott also uses the caw in the rundown. Yeah. And finally, this movie was made into an animated show on Fox Kids called Alienators Evolution Continues.
Oh, I
Yeah, for a
remember
whole-
that.
For a whole year.
I don't remember
This
that.
I never
animated
saw it, but I
show.
saw the commercial.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't remember
Awful.
that at all.
That's the end of the episode. Cam, did this ruin your childhood? Because
Yeah.
we were the only ones. Yeah, it ruined mine too because
Yeah.
I remember. We specifically decided not to watch Wild Wild West because we thought Evolution was better.
I never fall asleep during movies,
And you fell
and
asleep.
I fell asleep.
Well,
I always fell asleep during movies.
And
I
did you fall asleep?
Well,
to
I
this
also
one?
watched it like 11 o'clock like last night. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I made sure as I was like, I'm tired. The movie's at this time. Okay, and I finished it this morning.
there you go.
Fun story that no one cares.
So plugs. Time to plug it like an enema in the butthole.
Get the lube.
There's an Instagram and Twitter at Wreck My Podcast. We have an email, wreckmypodcast@gmail.com if you're so inclined. Ratings and reviews are appreciated. Subscribe to us on your podcast app of choice or YouTube. If you want to support us and get some fun rewards, here's a few ways. Patreon.com/WreckMyPodcast. We also have exclusive content that comes out every week for just our Patreons, so don't miss that out. We have a Amazon link That's cool. So go to wreckmypodcast.com, click that Amazon link, or shop our merchandise. Thank you to Ben from Petrified Gumbo Music for making our amazing intro song. Check him out at petrifiedgumbomusic.com. We have episodes themed on a specific topic come out every Wednesday like this. Every Monday, we have a round table. Why are you laughing at me, Cam?
You sound like a robot with autism.
Farmers.
Wow. Thanks, Cam.
You're just like, we have this and
It's because I rewrote the plugs, but I also realized that I didn't get rid of some stuff. So I'm trying to
figure it out.
I'm trying to read through, and I can't just read it.
Edit it at the same
Yeah,
time.
edit at the same
Is
time.
it called autism? Because when you see something like, autism.
What?
name my new dog Tism.
Dogtism. Oh, that's great. We have episodes themed on a specific topic that come out every Wednesday. I don't know what we're doing next week. We'll figure it out. And every Monday we have a round table. This last week's was really fun, so if you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. Thank you to my guests for being here.
Yeah.
And finally, thank you to our listeners. I love getting wrecked with you. Bye.
Bye, I love you.
Tum. I like and I love you all.
Did you say Tum?
Yep.
I appreciate all of you.
Tum.
Wreck my podcast. Wreck my podcast. Oh yes, it's time for Jordan to explain the movie quickly. The movie's so good.
The jingle.
I know. I heard the. I was.